to leave me off on. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's DrawBomb.
Hello, hello.
Whoa. Hey, how's it going? Give us 10 seconds. Okay, hey folks, this is not Deja Vu.
We're here. Hey.
Hey.
One more time. I love that song.
Okay, we're back, everybody. Okay, we were joking here. We're having fun.
It was just the wet your whistle that third time, you know.
I'm just gonna
We
explain.
don't want to spoil you guys.
Just to make it not funny anymore, I'm gonna explain what's going on. We were doing the theme song, and you guys can't hear us talk when the theme song is happening because I'm very smart at OBS and I don't have to manually mute and
So
unmute
smart, guys.
things. Guys, I'm so smart. But anyways, so the moment before the music was gonna come on, Brandon said, "Hey, do you want to?" Oh wait, we can't talk about this right now. And then the music.
I knew
ended.
I wouldn't be able to explain it before the music was over, so I didn't bother.
And so I could I can't not know what's going. What he's gonna say.
It would have bothered you the whole episode to not know.
Would have bothered me the entire time. I would have been like 30 minutes in. I would have been like, "Do you want to take a break, everybody? All right, let's go." And then we would have been taking a break.
I need to know.
So I just did the theme song again because, you know, fuck it. I can edit it in post.
There you go.
I
mean, it's a great song.
Because I've explained it.
Think of you have extra value. You got to hear it 3 times for the price of 1.
Right. It wasn't even that scandalous, you guys. It wasn't anything scandalous that Brandon couldn't tell me during the show. It was just...
Scandalous at all.
It was just a little bit of behind the scenes.
Just me thinking about, how to make the show better for you.
How to entertain you fucking children. How to keep your goddamn attention while we're making art over here for you, creating the beautiful process.
We're gonna have Subway Surfer playing in the corner while we do the streams from now on, just to maintain people's attention.
That's right. That was actually the conversation we had, was putting Subway Surfer and possibly
playing with like Play-Doh, cutting it and stuff.
Yeah, cutting Play-Doh. I've seen a lot of that. Playing with goo, or like slime, or whatever they call it. Throwing it, playing with it in your hands, squishing it. Those are the main 3 that I see. I don't see many breaking outside of that formula. Subway Surfers is the big one. I think that it's because of the constant moving forward. Like, it's why everyone loves the train levels in video games, is because there's a constant moving forward effect, and that's always stimulating to the senses.
The train levels.
Everyone loves the train levels in video games. They're the best ones. Anytime you talk about the best level in a video game, it was the train level. GoldenEye, Uncharted 2.
I've never been that excited about the train level.
Shadows of the Empire. 3 train levels, the best levels of all those games, the highlights. Lotus Clock's in the chat, by the way. Leviathan Den and Z-News are also in the chat.
Hey, my 3 favorite viewers are here.
Lotus Clock says,
I like to do that thing rockstars do at like shows where they're like, Cleveland, you rock the hardest, and they're all like, yeah, we do. I just like to, give compliments to whoever's here.
I can say,
they're the best.
I feel like if anyone ever were to in a concert say, Philadelphia, you were the most unhinged, they would be right, because man, Philadelphia, I've been to many concerts in Philly, and I don't know, I wasn't at the front of the Beck concert, so I don't know what kind of shouting was going on there, but I bet there was some. But when Hank Green was at the was like introducing the Harry and the Potters, you could tell he was just so confused and unable to understand what was going on. At some point, a chant started happening where we were all yelling "Free the giraffes," because it was kind of related to something he said. It was like if you misheard something he said, you would yell "Free the giraffes" over and over again. And that became the shout of the night. As anytime Hank Green came back out on stage, we would yell "Free the giraffes," and he would have to like tell us to stop so he could say what he was trying to say.
Like, why are you like this, Philadelphia?
That's kind of the vibe we had from him. It was great, and we were totally cultivating that, which is why I love Philly. But other times, like, I forget the name of the band, but this one lady, we just all wanted her to stop. Then
Is Free the Giraffe similar? Did they put on a similar show to Cage the Elephant?
no, but Cage the Elephant was at the Beck concert. They did play for like 2 hours before Beck.
That seems like it has to be relevant to Free the Giraffes, right? It's like it's literally like the polar opposite.
Maybe, I don't know. When it was at the Hank Green thing, I don't remember what Hank Green said that set off Free the Giraffes, because at that point, by the end of the night, it didn't matter anymore. It was just Free the Giraffes for the sake of yelling.
Sure,
Free the Giraffes.
It took on its own meaning.
Yeah, but it was not. I promise you, at least I don't know as far as the first person to yell "Free the Giraffes," but what Hank Green said, I could see there was a natural flow to it during the actual concert. I have no idea what it was anymore.
Sure.
But Cage the Giraffes or Free the Giraffes.
See, it's close.
It's literally like, yeah, it's two animals from the savannah. It's the opposite forms. I understand. It's very related. I love the Phantom Train from Final Fantasy VI because you can suplex the train engine. What the fuck? That's awesome. That's the best sentence I've read in the last week.
There's some weird fights in that game. You fight a house at one point too, and it like
you fight a house in 7 too, which is pretty crazy.
Oh, I meant 7.
Oh, no, he said 6.
Oh, see, 6 is less than 7.
That's right. That's right.
One less.
You're correct. Wow. You don't even need that app I almost subscribed to for a year again. But I didn't.
Numbers
I
under 10
did.
is the name of the app.
That's right. I have to every day. They're just like 1, and I have to look at it and I have to be like, that is 1.
You have to pay $5.99 every 10 days.
I downloaded. I didn't. I stopped my subscription to the app. So if you want me to continue this bit, you're out of luck.
Oh, dang it.
But don't know what number comes next.
It's a shame. I don't know if I can say like Michigan, like what they're like at concerts. Although the last concert I went to had this, I think I talked about this on the show, but so I'll keep it quick. But they had this really wholesome moment where somebody in between this opener and the headliner, and for them to reset up the stage, somebody in the audience held up their phone and had a picture of their like cat on it, and the whole crowd cheered. Sending up pictures of their animals on their phones, and every time it'd be like a dog or something, everybody just starts. That was pretty fun and wholesome.
Wait, my internet skipped what you said about what happened when people held up a picture of their dog or something like that, or their dog.
So people were holding up pictures of their pets on their phone, like
on
up
their phone?
in the crowd. And so you just see a mob of people, and you just see this little square with like a picture of like somebody's puppy on it, and then the whole crowd would cheer every time somebody did it. Everybody was just holding up their animals, and everybody was cheering, and it was pretty wholesome.
That's pretty great. Fun. I love that. How easy is it, would you say, to start a chant in Grand Rapids?
In Michigan? I don't know. I don't know how to quantify that. How good the chant is, I guess. I don't know.
Just because
chant something.
I just when I was thinking of Free the Giraffes, I was also thinking of other chants that were random that I've participated in in Philadelphia. And I was thinking of this one where it was New Year's, but it was like a little after New Year's, but it was like still during the celebration of the New Year's. We had like closed the restaurant at like 12:30.
You were still new.
Yeah, we closed the restaurant at like 12:30, and we'd all gone over to this bar that we would all go over to next door. And when we were all hanging, like eventually we got kicked out of the bar because it was New Year's, and those bartenders also wanted to go home, which made sense.
What?
And we were like, respect. But we all hung out on like the front steps of the bar because they'd also given us like a bunch of beer and shit to like drink because it was New Year's. So like it was a whole.
Oh wow.
Everyone was vibing on those front steps. We were all just like hanging out. It's because like the bar was like inside this massive building of like hotels and like places and things, and like you could host like a reception there, things of that nature. It was a huge building, and this bar was just like you walk in the front door and take a left. And so that's where like we would always go to drink. Anyways, so we had like a good rapport with the bartenders too. So we were like friends with them and all that shit. And they saw some of our worst moments. But anyways, we're out hanging out on the giant like marble steps of this enormous building that this bar is in, and this one like just like fuckboy is on. It just goes, "Hey everybody, sing along with me." And then we're all like, what the fuck? And he's like, "Hey shorty, I know we just met, but I'm a bet, my bird is wet, my bird is wet, hey shorty." And then like, he just repeated it. And like, it took him about 5 seconds for him to get everybody in like this group of like 30 people.
It worked.
To be singing like, "Hey shorty, I know we just met, but I'm a bet, my bird is wet, my bird is wet, But the funny thing is that everybody misheard "my bird is wet." Like, we were definitely close enough to know, and when I say we, I mean me and my girlfriend at the time. We were able to know that he said "my bird is wet," but everyone in the crowd started saying "my burger's wet." So,
Love that.
And I mean, they're both nonsense.
That's
I mean, like,
even better line.
It is better in my opinion. 'Cause, yeah, sure, it's your bird, it's your penis. Yeah, we get it, buddy. You got us all to sing about your penis on New Year's, but instead we all sang about a burger.
A wet burger. And that's how I like my burgers, honestly. You don't want a dry one.
How wet are we talking here?
I want it submerged in a bowl of water.
Okay. I was thinking maybe you were gonna say like you just like maybe a thin layer of mayo on one or both of the buns, maybe, or maybe even like a thick layer of mayo and like some condiments like ketchup, but you're just saying you want that boy dipped in the water like a summer camp prank,
Like, if we're using the summer camp analogy, I want my burger to be like Jason Voorhees at the bottom of the lake.
Okay. That's much more. That's wet. That's like
wet.
Decades of wet right there. That's an
I
artisanal
want it
burger.
left down there for 30 years until it comes back and murders everyone.
That is, I don't know if I want my burger that wet. That's a bit wet for me, dog. Znewt says, "Forget sloppy steaks. Talk about wet burgers." Lotus Clock says, "Wet burgers is when the patties are full of grease and it squirts all over the buns and your fingers when you pick it up." Oh, that's a very visceral image, and I don't like it.
I mean, it happens.
Idea of a wet burger is a thin layer of mayo. on the top bun.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't actually want my burger underwater.
Oh, really?
But,
What? I thought you were being
but
serious.
it was fun. But it was a fun exercise, was it
I'm
not?
sorry. I couldn't think of a goofy answer without it feeling like I was just a hanger-on, you know? I would have felt like that guy who everyone's making the joke, and he's like, you know, he's trying to be cool, he's trying to fit in, and he's just like, me too! Yeah! And no one laughs. I was gonna be that guy if I kept trying to be serious, and I had, but like also, there are only 2 people who are hosting the show right now.
That's fair. So you're a bit of a goofball, right?
I'm a goofer.
You consider yourself a little bit of a goofy
I'm a
pants.
goofer.
So
like a goof.
in your life, you like to break the tension by joking, and you often, like, probably most of your social situations, you're trying to joke around. Am I right in that?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I also just try to be very, like, I joke around, but I also am just me. So
Yeah. No, I know.
I understand what you're saying,
that.
though. I know. I am very jokey. I tell a lot of jokes. I'm a funny guy.
So as one of those people, I also feel this way. Like, I feel like I'm that way. But as one of these people, one of my great pet peeves, so 2 cardinal sins that happen to people when you're being a little goofy pants around somebody. There's 2 things that they can do. Like, some of the cardinal sins. The first one is the worst, is when, if you tell a great joke, only one person hears you, and then they repeat it and get a laugh.
Joke. Yeah.
And then they don't cite their sources.
Credit you. Yeah.
You look each other in the eye, and they know what they did, and you know what they did, and then nothing happens. But you can't be the one to be like, I said that, because then you look like an absolute turd.
You know what I do in those situations? I walk up to them and I whisper in their ear, "You can have that one. I got fucking millions." And then I walk away.
Wasn't even my good shit.
That was my fucking worst joke I've said in this hour.
So that's one of the sins. The other sin, this isn't really so much a sin, but it does get under my skin when I'm being a little goofy pants, is...
Okay. I love
every
this
time
little goofy pants,
joke,
by the way. I'm forever going to think of myself as a little goofy pants when I'm being myself like that.
Yeah, exactly. You tell a joke, and then it's a certain type of person, because they do it over and over, but they have to repeat your joke out loud every time they laugh at it.
Oh yeah.
It's like, just laugh, man. You don't need to.
You gotta repeat it.
Try to do it. You have to say it too.
Like louder for everyone to hear.
Say it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You don't have to do that, man.
You know what's weird?
So yeah, there you go.
I think I've spent too much of my life being a little goofy pants.
Yeah, I feel that way too sometimes.
Because sometimes I'll just be like saying shit and like people will laugh. And I'm like, I wasn't really, I feel like they're not taking me as what I said as like the truth. And it's like, no, that's true. What I said, no, I mean it.
It's like when Kramer went on and apologize, and like the whole audience was laughing because it's Kramer.
Yeah, exactly.
Apologizing for saying slurs. And it's like, this guy's a silly Billy. Says it's a Stitch, even though he's like, I'm so sorry that I said the N-word 37 times on stage. And everybody's like, aha! I mean, in hindsight, that whole situation is so absurd that it is a little funny. Not what he did, but him doing his apology on Jay Leno is to be like,
yeah,
it's a somber moment on Jay Leno. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
It's funny because like he would do that on YouTube nowadays, but like back then we didn't have like we had cancellation in place already, but we didn't, because like we've always been canceling people. Like people can pretend like it's a new thing, but it's always been happening. We canceled Sinead O'Connor for ripping up a picture of the Pope, but rest in peace.
She was a little too based.
She was a little too based. That's right. But you know, nowadays you would apologize on YouTube, like you'd release like a video on YouTube, and that's like the appropriate setting. But like on Jay Leno, that's so absurd. That's just like,
Yeah.
and like what is his avenue? Because like we didn't have. What'd you say?
Seinfeld was there, and he was being like the like he was there to be like speaking up for his friend type thing. Like he was supposed to be like, I'm likable, and I'm here to say like vouch for him a little.
Look, I'm likable as long as you don't bring up my dating history.
Exactly. The crowd starts laughing when when Kramer's apologizing, and Seinfeld's like, "It's not funny. It's not funny."
Which makes it funnier.
Well, now it kind of is. Now it is because you're doing this.
Yeah.
Like what he did is not funny. This situation is pretty funny though. To be honest.
Yeah, it's absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Yeah. So I think the same energy of like what you're saying, bro. You're like I'm silly all the time. So people, anytime I speak, people are like, "This must be a joke that I just don't get yet."
I just think also my way of expressing myself is just I think what it is I'm just too. I don't know. Like I think I've utilized sarcasm far too much in my life. Sometimes. Yeah. So now I'm like always being like a sarcastic prick about shit. And so when somebody's like, "Hey, how's your day?" and I'm just like, "Oh, the fuck is it's been beautiful. Like, how about you?" And I'm like holding a dead goose or something. This is all an exaggeration. None of this is real. But
where'd you get that goose, man?
I feel like I feel like I'm just too sarcastic. So people are. I feel like it's I don't know. I
struggle with that a lot. I still do some, but I used to be kind of like my sarcasm was like my group of friends. We were all kind of like mean to each other, but we all got it, so it was funny to us. And it was still like a kid at the time, but there was a learning experience of like, oh hey, not strangers don't know you're joking. You can't just be a dick to people and expect them to get that you're fun. So that was a learning experience. The other one that I still struggle with is I learned when I was young that if you're like, I always had like a dry sense of humor, and if you're really dry, you can get laughs without even doing anything funny. Like you don't have to even like be clever.
Yeah.
And so as a kid, I would just say things dryly, and that would be enough to, I don't know, people think I'm funny. And
Brandon, how you doing?
That's a curse now.
I've been shot. No, really, I'm bleeding. I'm going to die. Brandon, you stitch.
I found the biggest curse with that now, though, is when anybody's trying to do like a bit with me, like I'll be like at work or something, and somebody's like
trying to do a bit,
doing a bit, I do it back, but then they're like, "Hey, man, I'm joking." Yeah, I know. So was I. Yes, anding you. Don't take it out on me. I was continuing what you were doing. I was playing into it.
Yeah, people.
I'm joking. I
was throwing you a bone, my dude. Jeez.
Yeah.
Don't fucking raise it up and turn it into a goddamn spaceship.
Make your. Yeah, life's very difficult. Is the point I'm trying to make for me.
Yeah, it truly is the struggle. Us white men.
Genius comes with a
dry
price.
Senses of humor. Can Z-Nudes confirm whether Ian Newton is a little goofy pants? Z-Nude says, can confirm. He's a silly Billy. That's not true. Okay? My name is Ian. Get it right.
Case in point. Case and point. There you have it, folks.
Okay, I've been crying. I cried it all out.
Okay, good. You really had the audience. I think at the end they understood that you were sad. They seemed to be awing. I don't know if you.
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I thought it'd be really funny if you were to just keep rim shotting while I cried, and it was just like a.
Sorry, I didn't do that correctly.
It's okay. You'd already switched gears by the time I was doing the crying bit, so I knew that that moment was over, but you know.
I mean, audience laughing was fun too.
That is funny, yeah. I mean, the audience laughing at my crying is. I figured that was a good follow-up, so I stuck with it, you know?
Yeah.
And folks, that's how you analyze improv.
Dissecting this whole fucking thing.
That's right. Leviathan Den says, any reason why my chat box says permanently banned only visible to you? Probably because you're the only one with enough points to see that right now, is my assumption.
Your chat box does that? I mean, yes, you're the only one that can afford it, but I don't know why. That's interesting.
Maybe that's a Twitch thing. Lotus Clock says, so the lesson we can all learn is that being too jokey can put you in a boy who cried wolf kind of situation where nobody believes you anymore. Yeah, kind of. It's kind of what we're trying to say. Yeah. Gotta
be serious once in a while, which I think is the moral of the original story too.
Yeah, irony culture is dead. Heartfelt culture is alive again. And what's it called? Earnestness is alive again. So, but that's not even true either, because there's all sorts of.
No, Ernest is dead, unfortunately.
Oh my God! What about Bert?
It's like a Jim Barnes, like what?
I know you're thinking of what's his name, Jim Varney.
Yeah. Rip Torn in Peace.
Rip Torn in Peace. He was a great guy. We watched. We talked about it after I watched it last year when we watched Ernest Halloween. But
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah, that's right. Ernest Michael Halloween.
Right. You know that Danny McBride made like the last couple Mike Halloween movies?
Yeah, he actually he wrote them.
Why did he do that?
And then I just recently learned, first of all, Eli Roth wrote the live action Scooby-Doo movies.
And Borderlands.
And yeah, I know. But like the live action Scooby-Doo movies are movies I'll ever actually watch. But there was another thing where Danny McBride directed something that the guy who directed those Halloween movies wrote. Like, they've been friends and collaborating since like at least the early 2000s.
I actually just heard this too, but I can't remember what it is.
It was probably in like that fucking Red Letter Media video, I'm sure.
I saw it in a Smartless episode, right? I heard it in a Smartless episode.
Oh, okay, I see.
But can't remember exactly. That explains why he's in it.
Yeah. But it's a shame too, because I think the writing in at least the second two Halloween movies pretty bad. And I think those movies
I think
are
movies
pretty
did
bad.
okay, though, and people seem to like them, but I did not.
Movies did well enough that they got to make that Exorcist movie that everyone hated and like lost a ton of money. And then I haven't heard of them being on any projects recently.
Gotcha.
So
I don't know.
I still need to watch Eastbound and Down. I've seen the first 2 seasons.
Good show.
an interesting vibe to that show, I gotta say. It feels very homegrown in a sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They definitely get
The
more
only-
budget by season 2. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Yeah. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but the only hard part about that show is just how shitty he is.
He's so
like, they give him some, like,
shitty.
They give him some, like, wholesome
Flashes of
parts
like
to make you, like, slightly, like, think like he's human, but he's still just, like, hard to watch from time to time. Just
such a piece of
brutally shitty.
Like so selfish and such an asshole, and he's like so many people are like so forgiving of him, and he's just like he just treats them like dirt.
He keeps being given than he should.
Yeah,
but you know, it's a fun show.
Fun show. It's a good show. Speaking of shows, Brandon.
Yes.
Have you done like anything? Have we talked about like how we are? Have we like done the because like we started off by doing the intro.
No, it's over like what we've been up to, but it doesn't really matter what order thing.
But have you been interacting with any forms of media?
I have.
You need to have a sound drop for that when I ask that question.
Yeah. Like a little. Should make a little jingle.
Yeah, we should. We should try to like avoid that question, but then like when we like run out of like shit we've done to talk about, we have to ask that. We have to like play that song.
We've been watching. I'm trying to think if there's anything besides this. Well, I'll just start with this because I know one thing. We've been watching the Alien movies because the new one's in the theaters, and we're like, oh, I want to see that. It looks kind of good. But so we're like, let's watch them. And we're 3 in. I think I'm not going to do Alien versus Predator because who cares? But I think as far as the Alien movies go, there's 6. I think there's 6 of them.
Oh boy.
We're halfway through. I mean, 6 before halfway through. And fun. It's fun. The third one, not very good. But the first 2 are great. I think it continues to not be very good from here on out. But
I think that's what you're in for.
We got through the fun part right away.
Well, here's the thing. Now
next
you get...
is Resurrection.
Oh, right. Well,
3 is interesting because they take every. I don't know. Do you know like the story of these roughly or no?
I've seen Alien.
Okay, sure.
Twice.
Well, without
recently once.
spoiling.
Like I saw Alien like 2 years ago, something like that. Again, I've seen it. I also saw
love the first one.
12. The first one's great. It's a great movie.
The second one I like even better, honestly. So it's a good sequel.
Yeah.
3, not so much. But it's interesting because so the first movie, she's on the ship. They get like a distress call from like little thing, and then they're like, they land there and shit starts to go bad, and they try to leave, but like the company requires them to like. It basically was a setup by the company. They wanted them to land there so that they could collect one of the xenomorph, like use it for whatever, for like biomilitary or whatever. And she manages to escape, like on like a little, little life ship, and they blow up the main ship where all the aliens were on it. She shoots one out into space. She's good, except she just gets launched into space, and she's in her like hyper sleep, and they end up finding her drifting through space and wake her up, and it's been 50 years. So she's all disoriented, or like finds out like her daughter lived a full life and passed away by the time she was like woken up. So she's like, that's all, no bueno. But the movie ends with her like getting shot off into space and hoping for the best. And then the second movie, the whole thing goes on. She manages to save this little girl. Oh, I won't get too into it, but they basically after finding out her daughter dies, she finds this little girl, saves her, and they have a bond. And it kind of is like, the little girl lost her mom, she lost her daughter. They kind of bond over that. They managed to escape at the last second, just like the first movie. The monster explodes, and they get launched off into space.
The third movie ends with like the daughter's dead, right?
The third movie's the same thing. They basically like something went wrong when they're in hypersleep, and they get drifted off. And she wakes up on a planet where her ship crashed. Lotus Clock says what the little girl. Her nickname was Newt. But anyways, so this is the third time that she just like narrowly escapes, and then basically drifts into space and hopes for the best. But yeah, the third movie starts like with basically all the stakes of the second movie. Like they saved the little girl. The whole end sequence is she goes back in to get the girl, escapes with her at the last second. They get out, and then the third movie, like everybody else on the ship died except for Ripley. Anyways, let's go. And it's just like, oh, just like threw away the last movie.
Yep.
So I didn't like that. I think the issue or the reason this happened is Alien 1, Alien 2, and Alien 3 all have different directors.
Correct.
And writers, I think. So it's just like they're the new person gets their hands on this directorial debut. That's, you know, I heard he never got to direct anything after that.
Wah.
Oh no, we just F'd, I think. Oh, looks like it's back.
My internet's been a little funky, it seems, with the stream.
Stop getting funky.
Funky.
Anyway, so those are the only ones I've watched. But it's still fun to kind of like go through them all, even if they're stud. Like I kind of had the same fun with Mad Max because
yeah,
just interesting seeing like, okay, how many years have gone by now, like in real time since the last one. Take all the like that stuff into effect, and it makes it interesting to kind of see what they did with it each time.
That's the interesting thing about these like franchises that have had like these endless rehashes and sequels is you can't kind of just like marathon them in this weird sort of like almost post-mortem sort of sense where you can just sort of examine how these characters have just been like all the holes that have been used to like fuck these characters, you know. It's like you can like look and you can date them. You can be like, ah, yes, this is when this character turned into a psychic who had psychic powers, and they had that for the rest of the series, so they lost that interesting characterization that they had earlier, and now they are a psychic. And then yes, this is when this character lost their baby, so everything they talked about was how they lost their baby. You know.
Yeah, I do. It's got to be weird, like ending off this big, like, story to another, like a whole nother group of creatives. Like each step of the way, each one's being like taking weird, big swings that forever change the thing, and then the next person's like, okay, now I have like built of just weird shit that
yeah,
like totally different people. Creative visions stitched together. I have to try to keep a story going. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's very strange.
But yeah, I don't know. They've been fun to watch. Even though I know the rest are kind of a slog, I'm excited to watch them.
It's like so I'm a big fan of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series of books.
Mm-hmm.
I can go on. I have a lot of reasons why I like them. I won't get into them. But after Douglas Adams died, he had a whole bunch of notes about where he wanted the series to go, because the last Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy book he wrote ended with all the characters dying. Getting obliterated by a rocket. Spoiler alert, everybody. This is about the 5th book or the 4th book. I think it's the 5th book. But the characters all get obliterated by like a rocket on a spaceship. And so then the book, like Douglas Adams had notes and like part of a script written out, but he'd never finished writing the next in the series. So then they got Eowyn Colfer the guy who wrote like the I don't even remember the name of the series. It's like I think they made movies based on it. It's like this like young adult sort of if Harry Potter was like a thieving, conniving sort of main character who like Artemis Fowl, that was the name. You remember those books? I never read them, but
I never read them, but I'm aware of their existence.
Yeah, the guy who wrote those books. I don't know why, but they got him to continue writing the next book in the series. Maybe just to like, you know, sort out all the characters being obliterated by rockets ending. Let me check. I wonder how many more they made.
How'd you feel about that ending?
Them getting obliterated by rockets?
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I just wasn't sure if you were like, no, you know, I can read a story where everybody might be okay with it if it's done well, but usually
it
not,
definitely,
it's often not.
It's the sort of ending that definitely felt more like a cliffhanger for a future book than it did.
Okay.
But also, I'm not sure.
He was just about to do his multiverse thing.
That's right. But also, it might be just his way of saying, like, I'm so fucking done writing this series.
Yeah. And I don't want anybody else to take over.
I'm just gonna real quick. Okay, this is the radio series. Get to that Wikipedia about the books. Novel. Okay. Sixth book written by what's his face, Eowyn Colfer. I think his name's actually just pronounced Ian. It's spelled way differently.
I like the idea of somebody who is named Ian just always pronouncing Ian wrong for other people.
Yeah, just really confusing it. Wow, the fucking Wikipedia picture for fucking Ian Colfer.
It's a good one.
Well, he's just an interesting looking fella from like immediate when his picture jumps out all of a sudden. He looks like if Santa Claus like dressed for business casual. But
you really should, you know.
Yeah, right? OBS.
What are you working on over there? It looks like you're figuring out some perspective thing.
It was originally me drawing the camera zoomed in, but now I'm turning them into like weird aliens that are coming down to Earth that your cowboy's trying to wrestle up, and their spaceship is cubed instead of circular like a UFO we're used to.
They're like, take me to your leader, and he's like, not round here, partner.
Hey, bucko.
All right.
If you think I'm taking you to my leader, then I got something else to tell ya, buddy boy. I need your picture to come back.
First, I need to introduce you to my friends, Smith and Wesson. I think that's a gun. I'm trying to think of what a cowboy would say.
First, I need to introduce you to Moon and Shine.
Oh, okay, so your cowboy's more diplomatic. He's saying, "Here, let's have a drink."
No, he's gonna throw a bottle at them.
Oh.
Brandon, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you turn off your webcam and turn it back on for me, please? Put my blocks. There we are. Thank you. That's perfect.
We back.
We're back, baby. What were we talking about?
That's all I've watched. Alien.
Right.
Since last week. I think that's it. How about you? Anything new that you've seen?
We watched Romancing the Stone again because The Framed recently was Romancing the Stone. I got it.
I remember liking that movie.
It's a
but
good
I haven't
movie.
seen it in a while. How was it? Okay, good.
Good movie.
Have you ever seen
I've
War
seen
of
it
the
before,
Roses?
but I wanted to watch it again, so I did. But I have not seen War of the Roses. Is that about the feudalism in England? Correct?
No, it's like, hey, romance. People like Romancing the Stone so much. Let's make another movie with like the same cast.
Oh, you mean Jewel of the Nile?
What?
Jewel of the Nile?
Jewel of the Nile, another movie?
Yeah, that's the one that is like the sequel slash.
No, this one's not a sequel.
No, I know. Neither is Jewel of the Nile. Is like the same characters or the same actors, but like weird. It's like a remix.
Right. Okay. Well, War of the Roses is a movie with the same. It has Danny DeVito, Kathleen Turner, and Michael Douglas. But it's about them, like, they get a divorce and they're both rich and they just start trying to murder each other. So, like, they don't want to split their stuff.
Oh, I see.
It's not a sequel or anything. It's just like the cast, I guess, liked working together. So they're like,
yeah, because then they did make Jewel. Huh, that's interesting. I actually didn't know this was like it's like a trilogy they made with all the same people. My Firefox.
Well, I don't think War of the Roses has anything to do with the other ones. Is it?
I mean, it's just that it has all the same people working on it.
Okay, sure.
It's like how there's Hot Fuzz, there's Shaun of the Dead, and then there's
Right.
You get it. Director Danny DeVito. Interesting. He directed it.
Oh, that makes sense. In some ways, why he's in them all, and why he maybe like. Did he direct all those?
The director of Romancing the Stone was Robert Zemeckis. No shit.
Oh, there you go.
That's interesting. And then Jewel of the Nile. Okay, they are the exact same characters though.
Maybe that one is actually a sequel.
It is actually a direct sequel. I'm looking at it now. It picks up pretty much where the last one ended.
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
There you have it.
And then there's King Solomon's Mine. Is definitely
King
not
Solomon's
that.
Mine.
That's a whole different thing. It's just also starring no one from the same. It just says people also search for. I see. I thought that they were saying these movies were at all related. They are not. Okay. Anyways, we're here now. We get it.
I think you're in the wrong drop pile right now. You haven't rejoined.
I haven't rejoined. In fact, I am still in that process.
Okay, just to make sure. So I looked at the thing. I'm like, that's not what
Oh.
my drawing looks like right now.
That's so strange. I actually completely left draw pile and I was gonna restart it, but then these are
Jumped I said.
These are opened up. Whoa, that's strange. We're gonna fix this.
In the meantime, I've been playing some games.
Yes.
I've been playing.
Speaking of which, Leviathan
playing
then
Hollow
has,
Knight.
That's right.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. I was just gonna start with.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm so fucking sorry, Rain.
We'll talk about this later. Play the theme song. I have some shit to say to you right now.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. Sorry, we're back on. Just remember what I said. But I'm playing Hollow Knight, which is like a Metroidvania. It's really good. I've started it like twice before, but it's one of those games where you kind of like once you lose your muscle memory, it's kind of over. So
I feel you.
Me not finishing it meant I had to kind of restart. But this time I'll beat it because I've gotten pretty far, I think. The game's great. Really enjoy it. Check it out. I think the sequel's probably coming soonish. Like, I don't know, maybe
eventually.
not. Maybe not.
There's a running joke that it's not out yet.
I mean, the first one feels so like tight that I wonder if that's why it's taking a long time. It's just like getting it right.
Get tight.
Get it right. Get it
Right
tight.
and tight. That's right. Keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. What are you saying?
So that's it. That game's fun. Brandon's playing Hollow Knight. Welcome to the Hollow Nest, buddy. Enjoy the boss fights. Yeah, it's been making me nice and pissed off, as any Souls-like esque game does.
As any game will do.
Oh, apparently Hollow Knight, according to Lotus Clock, Hollow Knight is kind of sequel to some game jam mini project that's on Newgrounds. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, the art style, I could see that. I didn't know that about it though. That's pretty awesome.
You fucking
it's a really good
idiot,
game.
Brandon. Jesus, how could you not know that? I'm kidding. Obviously, I would.
If you like Metroidvanias, it's one of the better ones I've ever played.
I did know that. I forgot about that fact. So thank you for reminding me, Lotus Clock. Newgrounds is alive and well.
Yes, it is.
Sight.
Hungry Night is apparently what it's in reference to. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for letting me know that. I'm interested. And then I've been playing some No Man's Sky a little bit here and there, just when I'm like chilling.
Vibing.
That's been pretty fun.
That's a good vibe game.
It's a good vibe game. I finally got around to starting to build my base, and it's looking pretty awesome.
Nice.
Oh, my base, my virtual base.
Dude.
Where I hang my virtual head.
Oh yeah, dude. What? You
Where I hang myself virtually.
Whoa, dude. Are you virtually depressed, my dude?
Yes. You know, once you've flown around space for a while, you start to feel, it's kind of lonesome out there in space, you know?
Gotta talk to somebody about this, dude.
It ain't no place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell.
Yeah, dude, you can't even hear your kids scream.
That's true too. Hey, that's one of the positives about space, am I right?
Hey.
So that's been fun. And then finally I've been playing or I beat Thank Goodness You're Here.
Yeah.
It's just like a couple hours long, but it's really charming. The animation's great. It kind of feels like there's like a loose like narrative to it, but it's mostly just like you wandering through like weird interactions and stuff. But it kind of feels like you're playing, like you're exploring like a cartoon. That's kind of how it feels. It's just like weird characters and weird situations, and you're just kind of walking around through it. But the art's great, comedy's good, voice acting's good, the music's good. It's really fun. Matt Berry does a character, so I always love hearing his voice.
Nice.
It's cool. Check it out.
It's a very British game.
The animation is really fun. Yeah, like that's the whole point. Like they lean into the fact that you can, even in the beginning settings where it like asks your language, your options are like English, or there's just like super Cockney where you like click it and all the menu buttons are just like,
hey, piss off,
like,
mate.
Yeah, like basically like almost like nonsense Cockney. That's pretty fun.
Funny as hell.
It's cool. If you like animation, check it out. It's fun.
Only good. I'm having me come.
But I think that's it. I think that's everything I've been doing. What have you been playing? I've seen you've been playing some new stuff.
I've been playing the hell out of some Dyson Sphere program.
Yeah. You played that before, haven't you?
I have on Game Pass. It was on Game Pass, and I also sunk a shit ton of time into it because it's. So you know how like my favorite part about City Skylines is like managing like the public transit systems and like making the traffic better and things like that.
Yes.
So this is a game about like getting conveyor belts going to the right places and getting complex. It's basically Satisfactory, but like from a different angle.
I love Satisfactory.
Satisfactory is a lot of fun.
I do.
Fun.
I mean, I know every game is like, so you're having fun, so it's not a waste of time, but in a way, it is a waste of time. And Satisfactory is one of those ones where I really just am like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm addicted to it. I really like it, but I'm just like, why?
Why
am I doing this?
Yeah, I feel you.
Why am I sitting here trying to min-max my productivity on a conveyor belt that's making like nails? Like I can get more nails per hour if I tweak these numbers and all this kind of shit. And
yeah,
and I love it.
The nice thing that's fun about Dyson Sphere program is that it's also got a little bit of No Man's Sky in it, where you are playing as a little robot, so you can fly. Once you upgrade your robot enough, you can like fly to other planets, and eventually you can just fly out into the galaxy if you want. And like every star is actually representative of like a place you can go, like in No Man's Sky.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so the idea of the game is you try to get a Dyson Sphere over one Dyson Sphere, or one star. And for those in the chat who might not know, Dyson Sphere is basically like a big like construction around a sun or star used to harvest all of its like nuclear energy that's happening on that thing to like warp that energy back to wherever needs it, essentially. And so just got an ad break. What did I miss? Nothing interesting.
DrawBomb.
Yeah, just DrawBomb as at its usual. So anyways, the idea of the game is you build one Dyson Sphere over one star, and then you expand and you just start building Dyson Spheres just all around. But obviously it takes a lot of fucking resources to build a Dyson Sphere, so you kind of have to like...
I was gonna say, do you have one yet?
No. I have solar sails, which means I can send basically a bunch of like expendable like kites that basically collect energy and then shoot that back to a receiving tower. So I can shoot those around the sun, or like the star. Like it's like a white dwarf, or it's like not even a big star that's around.
Oh, lame.
That our planets are orbiting around. But then, not even a cool star, dude. But so yeah, I have just like the solar sails, which are expendable and only last for so long. And at that point, I'm like, I'll just use wind turbines like I have been. Anyway, super interesting stuff, you guys. Oh boy, who howdy.
People were dying to know what we've been up to.
I had to know. Well, that's a game I played. I've been playing Void Bastards again, so that's been cool. Nice. Love Void Bastards. It's a good game. Shame there's some things holding it back from being a great game, but it's a good game. Keep throwing these big splotches. God, I cannot think of anything more interesting to tell anybody.
All right.
That's it.
Cool. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
I had my
Steam
birthday this past week.
That's right. I texted you.
Or not when we were off, but in between. And that was fun. Got together with some friends. So most of my friends, we moved about a year and a half. Most of my friends are in the city that I left. In fact, all of them are, or even some of my friends in a while. So
like ate
some good food, and we had some good drinks, and it was a good time.
Did just out of curiosity, like when you, like you said, like pretty much all your friends are in, the city you left. Was that because like everyone who you were friends with just like kind of ended up moving to that area anyways? It's kind of like where it, like that was the place to
Well,
go.
I have a lot of friends not in that city, like from where I came from before that.
Right.
But it almost just feels weird to mention just because they were away for the last 10 years of my life. So that's
right. Fair.
I'm used to that at this point.
Right.
But all the friends I've made since I moved to this side of the state are pretty much in Grand Rapids.
Understood.
Which isn't too far to go. In fact, I stay in Grand Rapids. It's just, when you're a little bit distance away, you tend to, on paper, it doesn't seem like a big obstacle, but then you end up coincidentally not getting together as much,
Yeah.
Because the convenience isn't there. So I've been missing them, but got together with Jenna and Drew, who I think you remember all of them.
I do. Good people.
And it was very fun. Good time.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Glad you got a chance to see them again.
Yeah, great. And then got some fun little gifties. Morgan got me a cricket, which I think I mentioned last time, but so that's like a middle-aged woman's crafting tool, but I have been enjoying it.
I also just want to
cool stuff you can do with it.
You mentioned the cricket. You've shown me a couple of pictures of like your test runs on things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Nah, I was gonna ask.
What were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna ask if you have any exciting developments, but actually
projects with it.
Yes, but I actually think I don't know. I feel like that's a lot of pressure to put on something that you're just kind of like checking out right now, testing out, and also I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, I'm still just like playing around with it. I was gonna. I so far no, like I don't have anything like big lined up. I've just been playing with it and like seeing what it can do. But it's cool because I think for like a lot of the people who use them, you basically like you either scour the internet or you can subscribe to like this like clip art tool, and that's what most people use. So it's kind of like basic kind of stuff. But for me, it's fun because I can just draw stuff and then cut it out. So it's kind of cool, like because I draw or illustrate it. It's fun. It opens up the doors to a lot more like interesting.
Right.
Stuff. So pretty cool.
The thing's pretty impressive.
And then,
too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been having fun. I'm sure there's like I'll come up with more fun stuff to do with it. You can even like mount a pen in it and make it right with the pen. You could like choose a font and then have the pen like right and it actually looks like handwritten. But
yeah,
I don't know. A lot of interesting things you can do with it.
Huh.
You can get like attachments that make it cut wood and stuff like that, like thin wood obviously, but like that also opens the door for different things you can do with it. So I don't know. I'll let you know when I come up with something. Once I need to buy a printer. I want to get one. I've been kind of keeping my eye on some good ones, but I want to. Unfortunately, I want to buy like a really expensive one just because if I'm going to do it, I want to get one.
You want to do it right.
Do everything I want to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm saving up, but once again, I definitely do more with the Cricut because then I can cut out things that I've printed out. Right now, it's basically just like a die cut machine, so you can just make it like cut shapes out of materials.
Right.
But when you have things printed on the materials, it opens the door to you. So I don't know. That'll be cool.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Get into screen printing, it will make my life a lot easier there too, because it can cut out my stencils.
Especially because we're thinking of doing some DrawBomb merch.
Exactly. So that'll be something down the road.
That's right. But I'm also just excited because it seems like
one
a
other
fun
cool
thing that you're doing. You're doing a cool.
It is a fun thing. I always love. So obviously, I have my like favorite tools, but one of my favorite things as an artist is just being given a totally new medium that I haven't really used, and then just figuring it out. Like I really enjoy that a lot. I'm like, my whole office is just filled with random things that I've done. I'm like, I'm gonna learn like block printing, and then I get all the stuff for it, and I do like a project or two, and then I put the stuff away. I think this is called ADHD. I don't know, but regardless,
you do that is, and you do that quite a bit. I've seen, but I think it's cool. I mean, what you make, like you go farther than a lot of people with ADHD, which is you actually make something with it. It's cool.
I have fun doing it, so I mean, I guess that's the goal.
I saw this really funny one where it's this TikTok. Back when I used TikTok, so this is about 2-3 years ago, something like that. And there's this guy, and he's like walking through his house, and he's like, "Oh boy, I just bought the most expensive new fancy microphone. I just got all of the new the fancy monitor. I've got the recording booth. I've got it all set up, and now I'm going to start this recording process. Here I go, making some music. La! Okay, time to move on to my next thing." Nice.
Yeah, I do that sometimes, but
yeah.
That's all right. Things I do that with are, I usually at least like complete something with them, or I have them so I can go back to them. I don't know. I'm coping, but I enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah,
isn't that
fun to
just
do things? I mean, you're having fun, and you learned how to do them. So if you ever want to go back to them, you can do them, and you can be like, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool?"
Yeah.
We had DrawBomb block prints to send to people.
And shit to my arsenal. And yeah, actually, that would actually be a good idea.
I think I have some linoleum. I could do block prints too. It'd be cool to like do some cool like.
That would be fun.
Because we're gonna merchandise, folks. We gotta get some more fucking money out of you. Pieces of shit.
Gonna make some merch.
God damn it! The enshittification must continue. There is a TTS down below. You can buy
this
the
isn't
merch.
enshittification. It's gonna be good stuff that you'll enjoy having, and then we'll enjoy having your money. It's a win-win. It's symbiotic.
Beautiful. That's right, symbiosis, or as Jenny Slate called it in Venom, symbiotes.
Symbiosis. So here's a project that it's probably, I don't even know if I'll get it done in time, so like maybe it's not worth mentioning. I don't know. But I'm planning this thing for stop me if I've already said this on the show. But for Halloween, I'm planning on, I've already started putting it together, but I'm going to rig up like using our puppet animation stuff, like a character that I can put at the front door to like hand out candy and like talk to kids and stuff as them, like as like a skeleton character.
What's this in? I'm sorry, what's this for?
I'm gonna do for Halloween. I'm gonna set up. I'm building I have this big picture frame, and I'm gonna make like a portrait of like a skeleton or something.
Yeah.
Like from like the shoulders up, like I don't know, like where you're wearing a suit or something, make it look like some kind of like big dignified thing. Except I'm gonna cut out the eyes and the mouth. I'm gonna put a monitor behind it, and I'm going to use our puppet technology to have a talking character.
Oh my gosh.
Speak to the trick-or-treaters with. And
well, that's
I'm gonna, like, rig up
fancy.
like a camera and a microphone and everything, so I can like sit inside and like do it.
Then you can.
I don't know if I'll
hang
get it
out
done
on the
in time
couch.
for this year.
You can hang out on the couch and not have to get up.
Exactly. But I think if I don't get it done this year, I'll definitely do it next year. But yeah, I might film it too. It's fun to watch.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a fun thing to post.
Yeah. Cool.
Lotus Box says, I want a DrawBomb mug with Ian Newton doing a sad face. Yeah.
Mugs are interesting.
He wants an Ian Newton sad face mug.
Interesting. A mug would be an interesting product run to do.
People like mugs.
They do.
I
like
unfortunately
mugs.
have too many mugs.
I
I feel
have.
like every like 5 years, me and Morgan have to like throw away like half our mugs.
We have mugs in the house, but I don't have like any personal mugs.
Oh. It would be a mug with your mug on it.
That'd be a mug.
Right. Meg.
Meg. Mug with mug. Someday we'll have the DrawBomb red bubble open. No, I don't want to do it. Don't want to do a red bubble for some reason.
You can print our shit on anything.
If I'm gonna do,
It'll all be warped.
I don't know. If we're gonna do merch, I want to do it right, you know.
Yeah, me too. I've been kind of browsing around merch stores, and I think since our audience is small, we'll probably do it like without use of a marketplace. Because there's subscription fees and stuff on there. And we can just like straight up get pre-orders from you guys directly, since it's not like we're dealing with like hundreds of people or anything.
What's Shopify?
Then we'll know exactly. They all are roughly like. So Etsy is the most affordable one if you're starting off because it takes from sales.
Okay.
Rather than
not like a subscription.
Like subscription listing like each month, so that doesn't really not really too big. And then they take a percentage of your sales. So that one's a good one for if you're not selling a lot because the rest are like anywhere from like $12 to like $25 a month.
They're expecting you to be making some fucking merch sales.
Yeah, so if you're selling a lot, then that's not a big deal. But if you're not selling anything, then that sucks.
Yeah.
To have that open. So the other ones are better for if you're selling more. Because then taking as big of a cut actual sales.
Right.
It's kind of what I found because when me and Morgan did some stuff. But yeah. I don't know. We'll look into it more. But I think if we go directly through our people or our fans and people want to buy stuff, then that way we can just cut out all that aspect of it.
Lotus says, I want a shirt with Ian pointing at you saying, funny guy alert. And I do actually like the idea of us having a shirt that just says, hey, we got a funny guy over here or something like that.
All our shirts and all our products are just gonna be your face.
Yeah. That should actually
the Lotus
be
Clock will be pleased.
That should be like a limited run, like if we actually get like the merch going, like in a consistent manner, every year we should have like a run of the Ian's face merch. So every year there's just like another face. And I'm like,
there you go. Collect them all.
Funny guy alert, funny guy, we got a funny guy.
My cowboy about to rope up the aliens?
Yes, that's sort of where I was picturing it.
Seems like a bad move,
Doesn't know what they are.
You don't know what the alien technology is. You catch it with rope? Come on.
Just see some ropes, or he sees some cubes, and he's like, "I got a rope on. Don't know what these is. Gotta stop."
Lotus Clock says Brandon should be made into a marketable plushie. There you go. It's a good one. I would have a Brandon plushie.
Plushies would be fun to have for sure. You'd make a great plushie.
It'd be a tough one to make.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about sewing.
I think I've seen a couple.
Time to go buy an expensive sewing machine.
I've seen a few content
Spend the next
creators,
2 months learning.
I've seen a few content creators fucking make plushies of themselves. It seems like there's somebody out there who's, their business is making plushies.
Sure, but when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's very expensive usually, and you have to buy like 100 of them.
Yeah.
To
well, yeah,
make
obviously
it
we'd have to
and sell 100 of them to even like make it like worth it.
Well, yeah, obviously we'd probably wouldn't be getting into
You
the
buy
plushie.
250 of them, and I buy 250 of them. Then we'll get our money back.
We wouldn't be really getting into the plushie game unless things were like really popping. I think. I think that's the only
Sure.
time it would make
Fair
sense.
Fair
We should.
enough.
We should definitely get a shirt of our motto, the official DrawBomb motto.
Yes, that'd be a good one.
Official DrawBomb motto.
What is our motto?
We don't yuck yums.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess that is our motto. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
We don't yuck yums.
Leviathan Den sent me a screenshot of the thing he was talking about that says like get permanently banned, only visible to you. What that means, the reason it says that, I'm looking at it, I understand now. It's a little, occasionally when you're watching a streamer, little channel point like things pop up like you could do this.
Yeah.
And the only visible to you part means that it's not publicly in the chat. It's just like being advertised to you alone.
I see.
But it does feel aggressive because it's advertising the get permanently banned button.
That's funny as hell.
Leviathan Den only.
That's so
the
funny.
Twitch algorithm is out for blood.
Lotus Clock says the DrawBomb motto is DrawBomb is recorded live in front of a studio audience. And Zenut says I would commit non-violent felonies for DrawBomb merch.
Well, we're honored, but you don't have to. You can just spend money on them, and then you can have it.
You can get these legally, or once we make them, or you can commit a felony and steal them in bulk with the amount of up to, I forget what the amount is for it to be considered a felony that you have to steal.
Certain like price value though, right?
It's like a certain like number of money you have to.
We'd have a hard time proving to anyone that our merch is worth anything.
Oh yeah, no. If we were to like report it, the police would be like, "I'm sorry, this actually has no."
They stole 1,000 DrawBomb shirts, and they're like, "Oh, so that's worthless. So that's legal. Sorry, he's allowed to do it."
Actually, we actually have to give him a medal. He's technically done the community a service.
For cleaning up trash.
Yeah, for cleaning
same
up
as
trash.
like cleaning up next to the highway.
For getting pollution and otherwise hazardous materials.
These would all end up in a landfill for sure.
Yeah. But actually, the dumpster fire that these would have caused would have actually been a threat. So.
Lotus Clock says Xenuts could just saunter to your room and steal it for himself.
True.
That's true. Xenuts. I mean, granted, you'd have to know where you live in order to count that as a dox, but now everybody knows that you guys are next to each other.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Jeez. Whatever will we do?
You guys need to get your bug out bag. Head to the wilderness.
You're right. I must hurry. That's what I'm gonna do as soon as this episode ends.
Just gotta finish drawing this. Drawing and then I'm out of here.
Is this really episode 180 or 190?
I don't know if that's true, but it might be. I should do something for 200. At episode 100, I made some custom art and sent it out to a random person.
True.
I should do something similar for this one.
Do something for episode 200.
Yeah. Figure out what that's going to be.
Yeah.
Make something. So I have those stickers. I have some DrawBomb stickers that we haven't put up for sale yet. I could.
Ooh. We could announce DrawBomb merch.
Somebody.
Ah, fuck. Wait, we already did
that. Would be. Let's do that on top of everything else. But I want to try to. I mean, if we get merch ready by 200, then yeah, totally. We just send one of our things out for free.
Shot.
What? We're usually very quick with things.
We're quite quick. I mean, we've made whole movies in a week.
That's true. Just need a little shove, right direction. But yeah, I don't know. I'll figure out something for 200. I would love to send something to somebody again.
We should definitely do another spectacular episode where we like invite friends to come in and leave as they please.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did that. That was fun.
Play some games. Maybe we do Jackbox again with a group of friends.
Yeah.
Maybe we can like schedule a bunch of friends to like hang out and play Gartic Phone and Jackbox as like a 200 episode 200 spectacular.
I would like that. Maybe we could have a few prizes. I know we don't have that many viewers, so like maybe everybody would get something, but that's also not a bad thing.
That's fun. Yeah, that's still fun. Yeah.
We'll see. I'll figure it out. I'll start
Learning
my gigs.
Got 10 weeks.
It says episode 200 could be a live DrawBomb episode. I'm not driving out there again. That soon. Well, I guess 10 weeks. It's not that soon, but
10 weeks is still a while, but yeah.
It's
I can find out.
a long time in the car. It's very fun, but
That's also like 10 weeks.
we could do that. It's just
assuming we haven't missed like any episodes, you know?
Sure, it won't be exactly 10 weeks. It'll be a little longer than that, but roughly 10 weeks. Every time we've been in person since we've started DrawBomb, which is a handful of times, we don't want to do it because we're like, hey man, we never get to see each other, so let's just hang out.
Yeah.
Because I do also think it would be fun to do a show live, but then it would also be like setting it up. I don't know.
Yeah, we'd have to
I
like
just feel
figure
like
out
we
logistics.
spend all our time hanging out, planning it, and I just
Yeah.
want to hang out since it's rare. But I do agree it'd be fun to do that.
Yeah.
Once you move here, we'll
Once I move
do
there.
shows.
There we go. I mean, yeah.
I want to build a set.
Yeah, we'll build a set and everything actually once I'm there. Which would be cool as hell. We should figure out like once things are like in motion with all of that, like we'll start sketching out set ideas and things, and we'll have.
Yeah,
like,
but I like fully want to like build a false wall, like decorate the wall, like
Oh, yeah,
so it looks
absolutely.
like on camera. It looks like we're in a room.
We'll buy like
you know.
monitors to like have shit play on screens and stuff if we decide to, you know, like we'll go all out. We'll go all out with it.
Hell yeah!
But that's not for a long time.
So stay tuned for that, folks.
Give it another 3 years.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
it's
don't know
gonna
what
be
else
so
to
sick,
draw on
dude.
this.
It's gonna be so sick, dude. It's gonna be so fucking
So
sick.
sick, super sick.
Dude, it's gonna be so
I'll
sick.
go to the background. I know we've been pitching it, but I like that you're actually like also being like, yeah, when I come out there,
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, got him.
No, I mean you did not have to convince me. I was like, oh yeah, shit. I mean, like honestly, I was like, I would have asked you guys.
Michigan's pretty cool.
So, Michigan is cool, and I like it. It's a cool place. And you can say it gets colder.
Yeah.
Bundle up now. Anyways, no, that'd be sick as hell. I'd be super down. Hell yeah. I wonder how the show will, like, the show will be so different when it's like actually in the same room.
Yeah, if that is ever a thing that occurs like on a regular basis, it'll be a fully different thing. I think it'll be
Better.
I mean, obviously it will be better, but
About like twice
yeah,
as much.
it'd be really interesting to picture it. Yeah, we'll go from negative to I don't know.
-1.
Math all night. Yeah. No, I think it'd be fun. I mean, it'd be really fun to just do the show in general, in person.
Yeah, like instead of the horrible fucking thing it is to do right now. That's
no, it's fun now. But
yeah, no, it's fun. Yeah.
But
We
it would
joke,
just be
we joke.
extra fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the
No,
latency wouldn't be a thing, so I wouldn't constantly be like talking over you. I'll still do it some because I'm just a bad person, but it won't be as much.
It always makes me happy when you say that you do it because I do it to you way more. But you know, I'll let you.
I don't feel that way at all.
I'll let you fall in that grenade. I don't mind.
It makes me happy that you feel the opposite.
Hey, look at that. This is why we work well together. It's gonna be so sick though. It's gonna be so fucking sick, dude. It's gonna be sick.
So sick, so sick. Oh my god.
And then like every 100 episodes, we could change the set. Like fucking.
Yeah, or you know, as often as we want, really.
Yeah, we'd have no restrictions. Also,
fun to
hopefully
make it like a fluid thing.
Kind of hope we would actually do more than one night, like a week of like DrawBomb too, potentially.
Oh, totally. I mean, if we lived in the same place, we could do it more often, I think. Well, I mean, I guess it all depends on if our like actual schedule
Yeah.
syncs up. But
It'd certainly be easier to
No,
sync
I mean,
them up.
ideally, I would like to do it more than one night now, but it's just not really feasible.
Yeah. No, I've been thinking that too. I've been like, man. Like, we were talking about doing that when the pandemic was happening, but I had so many things, like, scheduled with so many people that, like, the thought of adding more things to my schedule just gave me so much anxiety. I'm
also kind of glad we didn't do it then, because if we did, I mean, right now we couldn't. Like, we wouldn't be able to fit it in with our work schedules and stuff. So if we had done it during the COVID, then we would have to stop. We'd have to like cut back a day, and that'd be sad.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, you know, the schedule you're all used to, well, we're doing like half that amount.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good to work up and stay up. You know what I mean?
Right. Lotus Box says if you do the DrawBomb show live together, you'll need a studio audience to stay true.
Well, we'd still have a Twitch chat. You guys are the live studio audience, like in the Twitch studio.
Yeah.
Or actually, I guess in the OBS studio, because I'm using OBS and the Twitch chat is located inside of that program. So that's the studio audience. OBS studio.
We just need some stock footage of just the studio audience sitting there silently, not
yeah.
engaged.
I remember the one time when we were setting up the Patreon for Waterlogged, we were talking about giving like an acceptance speech and occasionally cutting back to like all the gifs and stuff from the Oscars where celebrities were doing things like going like Jonah Hill being like,
oh yeah,
and like Chrissy Teigen like going like, you know, still funny to me, still funny. That whole video would have been fucking hilarious, but you know, it is what it is.
So many moving parts.
So many.
Couldn't do it.
So many things we want to do, so little time.
Dead air.
Dead air. I've just been trying
what to talk
out,
about.
Boy, oh boy, what can we say? What can be said? I'm actually just
said that hasn't already been said.
Trying to. So it's actually kind of hard to draw with like lower opacity in this program. I'm trying to like make.
I know they don't really have a good system for it.
You don't, so I'm just gonna have to do it this different way. That is fine as well, but it's not it's not my preference. Not how I prepare.
Just for the sake of our dream board.
Yeah.
What do you visualize the live DrawBomb show looking like in a world where that exists?
I was wondering that myself because I'm not sure what you have in mind, but I'm thinking, okay, so color scheme kind of has to be like have purple in it. I feel like because of the DrawBomb general color scheme we've.
Oh, so you're talking like just aesthetically.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was your question again? Like,
I guess I was saying like, what would you think a live show would look like? But I was thinking more like,
oh,
this. I mean, I'm interested in this answer that you're starting to give. Actually, I just thought I was just making it clear that I meant like, how would the show be different? How would it be like?
I see.
Set up. But I am interested in go on with what you were saying.
Aesthetic. I was thinking more like aesthetically, what would the set look like is what you were asking. But
yeah, I want to hear that too, actually, because I have ideas myself.
So I'm definitely thinking. Well, first of all, so number one, the format of the show would still be us drawing. I think, like doing art. Now, how would we would either have to have computers that we would like be sitting in and like drawing at like a desk or something like that, or like I almost imagine it's like like a Tonight Show kind of like thing where it's like the host is at the desk, but it's like two dudes at like a desk with computers on it on like either end, and maybe like a sofa to have guests on or like to sit on for bits.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I picture we would have our computers, but we could also do stuff like we could make art in different ways too.
Yeah, we would absolutely do.
That would be the main thing.
Yeah, we would absolutely make art in different ways and like try and shake it up at least like once every couple of episodes, I think. Aesthetically, I'm imagining swirly patterns with like a purple, maybe and yellow aesthetic to the colors. Just real vibrant and like the purple's got to be in there because that's kind of like the color scheme we have with DrawBomb, and yellow because like his tooth is yellow with some white accent. Or it's more like purple and white with a yellow accent, I guess, like the kind of 60-30-10 ratio, you know, with purple, white, gold to kind of mimic the DrawBomb logo. The couch would be kind of funky. I imagine a couple plants in there, and definitely some screens on the wall and some shelves with either art books or some kind of interesting thing on them that we could put something different on the shelf all the time, because you got all sorts of fucking wacky doodads anyways at your place that you could.
I got some wacky doodads. So I would want to like I know you were. I would want to like build like an actual like get drywall, like build a back wall.
Absolutely.
We could maybe even get like some cool like purple like wallpaper, some like maybe like
yeah,
like loungy like a purple like floral like wall. Get some cool chairs, like a desk like you said in the middle. We could even get a big pull down like green screen. That maybe would be the way that we draw. That might be what the things we're doing is shown on the screen.
Yes, a green screen. Also, we could do bits in front of the green screen.
Absolutely, yeah. I kind of picture like I've been wanting to get one for here, and maybe if I do, we could use it for that. But they're expensive, so I've been putting it off. But I want to get a big neon light of the Draw Boy.
Hell yeah!
I just want to have that. Their custom neon lights are expensive. So I haven't done it yet.
I would help you fork over the cash. I would help you.
Sure. Like if we're in the same space and we're building a set together, sure, we can like combine resources on it.
Yeah.
But then
be worth it.
I don't know. So I picture some of that. Get some like cool chairs and like a desk and make it seem like some kind of like cool set.
Then we definitely do a lot more bits. Definitely lean into the us being in the same room. So like, you know, when we were here, we did like the backpack push-ups, like for Morgan to show her that what the backpack push-ups were. We'd be doing more shit like that on the stream, I think.
Yeah. We
definitely
do a lot
more physical
like,
things.
Physical.
Yeah.
Gosh. What a dream.
Yeah. Well, none of that's going to happen, folks, for right now. For a while.
Yeah. But maybe one day.
Yeah. Just to live off that imagination for the foreseeable future.
That'd be so fun.
That'd be fucking so fun. And Zach mentioned Studio Clown, definitely like having bits. Like I'm almost imagining like the comedy Bang Bang TV show, but more live.
Totally.
Like I could definitely do music
and
things.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that would all play into like we have a set. I imagine we'd stream a lot more because anytime you
Yes.
could just walk in there and like boot it up.
Yeah. No, the DrawBomb
Entering
live,
the DrawBomb studio.
the DrawBomb Twitch channel would be fucking poppin'.
Yeah. It'd be
Speaking of
fun
which,
to build the set. That part just sounds really fun. Like I imagine like go to like some like it would be fun to just like go to like geek shops and find just weird shit to like decorate
yes,
the little set with.
absolutely. I love going. I love an excuse to just go to like weird stores with like knickknacks and stuff. Like that's just like. I used to go to this thrift store in Philly called AIDS Thrift all the time because they would just have like it was huge first of all, and they just had tons of stuff and like all sorts of good stuff. I would always go there to like make a Halloween costume, but we could always like stop by like one of those weird ass knickknacks shops, grab some shit, be like, oh, this would make an interesting prop on the wall. That's what we do.
I think Xenoots wants to be the studio clown. Yeah, we'll I mean, that would be. I'd do 'em more often. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be a different vibe.
It'd be a very different vibe. I'd be trying to make it like props to like have like we'd probably like script bits. It'd be a lot more effort.
Yeah.
It'd be taking up a lot more of our time.
It'd be a lot more effort, but hopefully it would, you know, pay off a little more.
Yeah.
Ian, the plug.
So personally, I don't have any projects to plug yet. Bodyhead still comes out in October. There is no other updates in that regard.
Okay.
So what I'm going to plug instead is it's a YouTube video titled "We Opened a 200-Year Time Capsule." It's on Rhett and Link's Wonderhole, I think is what the name of the channel is. But Rhett and Link, I don't really need to describe who they are. They're Mythical Morning. I've never actually watched anything by them. But
we're gonna give them the DrawBomb bump.
I'm gonna give them the DrawBomb bump, even though the video already has like 200,000 views, and like Rhett and Link are some of the biggest content creators on the platform. It's still like it's a good ass video, and the stuff they're putting on that channel is what I wish more of YouTube was. And so I'm plugging it because I want people to watch those videos, because I really liked them. They were very well done, very fucking funny. Glad to see that people are making that kind of stuff for YouTube. So that's what I'm plugging. It's we opened
awesome.
it's we opened 200-year time capsule. It's on the YouTubes, and I recommend that. And also on that channel, they've only posted 2 videos so far. It's the time capsule one, and the other one is called We Stayed in a we booked a luxury flight on an airplane or some most expensive flight. It's like making fun of the classic YouTube clickbait, sort of like Mr. Beast titles.
Yeah, sounds like Mr. Beast videos.
Yeah, and it's like it's making fun of that, but it's really good. They released that video like 8 days ago, and they released this time capsule one yesterday. So it seems like they've recorded a bunch of episodes and are releasing them sort of in once a week or something like that. So I'm excited to see what they do next. But seriously, the time capsule video was like really good, and the expensive flights video, while it sounds like your typical YouTube drivel, it's not. It's much more. And both of these videos are very good. I really liked them. So that's fine.
I'll check those out after the show.
Yeah, please do. Those are my recommendations, everybody. Go watch those.
The only plug I have, it's a small one, and it's just for something on our channel, but just want to remind everybody that we have TTS now.
That's right.
The fun of all you have to do is spend some bits, and you can interrupt us with whatever you'd like.
Right.
For mere pennies.
On the dollar.
And you can have just fun voices, like all your favorite characters, like weird, shitty AI, Sonic, and David Attenborough, and the list goes on. So
The
many good
list
options.
goes on and on.
Check that out. Why don't you?
Yeah.
And be sure to tune into live DrawBomb 3 years from now. Don't miss it. It's gonna be great.
Boy, it's gonna knock your socks off. I tell you what.
Oh hell yeah! I'm already like thinking. I mean, assuming I'm still living in the same place, but I'm already like thinking where I would put that. I think thinking it would be a garage thing.
It would either be a garage thing or we'd spring for the money and like rent a warehouse room or something, depending on how much that would cost and stuff.
Right. It also depends on certain things. I don't need to get into all that right now, but
Yeah,
there's a couple options, places. But
yeah, it's definitely like thoughts for down the road, but it's definitely doesn't hurt to like kind of consider just ideas. Doesn't hurt to like ideate.
Yeah. When I get excited about something,
I feel you.
That's where I'm at.
I feel you, buddy. I feel you.
I also just see Lotus Clock hit 10-day streak of watching us. 10 stream streak.
Leviathan Den, the 10
We
stream
appreciate
streak.
Wow. Last 10 times we've been here, you've been here too. God bless you for it.
Thank you, Leviathan Den, for being such an avid fan. You watch us more than I do.
You live it.
I do.
You're living it, bro.
Living that life,
You are
baby.
in it.
Hey.
But you tune out from time to time.
Oh
Me
my
too.
god, I tuned the fuck out. I can't listen. I couldn't listen to us for 2
like, oh,
hours.
shit.
Holy shit! Are you kidding me?
Just realized I've been in front of an audience, a massive audience of 4 people. I need to get my head back in the game.
My god.
But no, we love you all. We appreciate you all for watching. You guys are the best.
You are the best.
Thanks everybody who have tuned into this one. Lotus Clock, Leviathan Den, Newts. I think that's it. But what a crew.
What a crew this has been. What a
you guys,
strange trip.
You 3 know how to rock better than the rest of the country.
That's
Let me tell you.
right. DrawBomb, you guys rock harder than any other city we've been to. So give yourselves a round of applause. Good night.